the bugs with America right now?
Yeah.
It's good.
The first bug is we don't have term limits. Okay. The second bug is we have regulations that in many cases are irresponsible and not well thought out. I mean, how does Congress, how does the bureaucracy print laws that none of the congressmen have read? You know, that have thousands of pages, and they don't know what the unintended consequences are down the road. Absolutely, absolutely. It was a well-intended law. It was a well-intended law, but the consequences are still not understood, and some of them won't be good. So, you know, to answer your question, what we need to do is bring together responsible citizens.
Hey, you guys got something occupying my fucking walkway.
You're right. I would bring in leaders from communities, leaders from small business, leaders from large business, bring them together.
I'm putting together one of those missions.
Outstanding. Thank you. And then develop a format that says, okay, here's what we need to do as a society. Okay? Obama should be doing this. He should have done this all. But again,
I just want to ask you one more time. Who are you?
He still has
the fact that he's dodged that question 4 times.
Roger Johnson. Nice to meet you.
All my great-grandparents homesteaded in Oregon, so I'm, you know, I feel very privileged to be here. And you know, they came across covered wagons, you know, and did things the hard way, and worked very hard. So I believe in the incentive, I believe in the initiative, but I also believe in fairness. And I don't believe in allowing disproportionate wealth, and I don't believe in allowing a few to have control over the entire society, which is what we have right now. So how do we resolve that? Back to your question. Okay, you first of all have to get very capable people together, including the Warren Buffetts, the Paul Volckers, the people that, you know, in the past have been extraordinarily successful, that have demonstrated success. Bring them together, get somebody to lead it, to get an idea,
why
and
do you
then
think
to follow
that those people haven't jumped onto this movement yet?
Well, I think Volcker, if you listen to him, he's kind of done it maybe obtusely, but he
They've
has
expressed their
right.
you know,
Buffett, I think,
opinions.
without question, Buffett has expressed his opinion.
Right, but they haven't like jumped on board.
Well, he doesn't need to jump on board. He can provide ideas and thoughts, and everybody else jumps on board. Okay, but you have to have leadership, and then you have to have an organization that understands what the primary central issue is. This organization does not have a primary central issue. The issue is
there's multiple issues.
There are multiple issues, but the primary issue is, okay, we have bifurcation in Congress. We don't have political leadership in the country. Okay, we don't have commonality of purpose. Okay, and so all of this is about how do we get that, how do we identify what we need to do, and then where do we take it to the next level, and then identify goals and objectives, and then put those goals and objectives to work.
I'm compiling a book right now of everyone's opinions in the camp as far as why they're here, the top things the government could change to make them okay with going home and going back to their general lives and not influence it at all. Just somebody book and say write a page.
I think everyone that I've talked to tonight, number one, they want to do what's right for America. They want to make life better for everybody, the common good. They want to go back to the fundamentals of the Constitution. And why are we here in the first place? What are the core values of our nation? Okay, what is the purpose of the Constitution? What is the purpose of the Bill of Rights? This is what this is all about, in my opinion.
I agree.
Okay? And so then the question is, okay, now we understand that. Then what are the steps necessary to get to where we want to go?
It's a multi-layered plan.
So identify the goals and objectives, and then develop a plan to get there. And unfortunately, right now we don't have leadership. And I'm not criticizing. This is something that's going on for 30 years. This is not Obama. It's not Bush. It's not Carter. It's not Clinton. This is a systemic problem that we have that's been created over generations that we need to correct.
I just wonder how you keep capitalism from going to an in-game type strategy, because like every, outcome, capitalism, ends with one person being everything.
Capitalism without proper controls and regulations becomes capitalism Rex.
And as soon as you say regulations, half the government is refusing to work with you.
But you see, there's such a thing as responsible regulations. You have to have
I agree.
you have to have traffic control, otherwise you have Rex and anarchy, right?
Yeah.
So what we need are responsible regulations that are well thought out. We don't need to eliminate all the regulations. What we need to do is to look at the regulations that are maybe detrimental and not necessary, and maybe we need to add regulations.
And if I could interject really quick, when you say regulations, yeah, half the government says no because but the other half, I don't know. I mean, the government is supporting the giant businesses that are against regulations. I don't think it's like this is like, oh, Republicans are against regulations. Republicans and Democrats are for
Look,
companies.
what we have is one pair of pants, right? In the right pocket you got the Democrats, and the left pocket you got the Republicans, or vice versa, whatever it is. Okay? But the reality is we have now a one-party system. It's called the incumbent party. They're there to maintain their position in Congress. That has to stop. And you do that, as you suggested, with term limits. Okay? People should go to Congress for no more than two terms in the Senate, and then back to work.
So I think you should put on some comfy shoes and come march with us. That's what you can do right now. And send a message to the business community that it's time.
Actually,
our community is being arrested as we speak up in
I
Seattle.
was arrested this
I
morning.
drafted a letter today.
Occupy
That will
Seattle.
be on Twitter,
Sir,
and I want to send it across the entire country.
sir, how do you feel about our people in this very moment being arrested in Seattle? I think what?
Wait. I got arrested this morning at
Really?
5:30
In this
in the
moment.
morning for this purpose.
So come, put your
mean,
comfy shoes on and come march with us.
What we have to do
But we are
is,
people of
is
the-
to identify what the issue is, get it throughout the entire United States, and we can do that because we have the electronics to do it.
And
Okay,
if you come out there, the news is going to come out and go, who's this guy?
it'll be out there. Okay,
Can you help
So you have no problem being on
it'll be out
YouTube?
there.
All right.
And then secondly, once you get this throughout the entire United States, we have the capability with technology that we've never had in human history.
That's correct.
We can show democracy right now more than it's ever been shown
Of course.
in anybody's imagination, thanks to guys like Jobs and other wonderful people. Okay, and he's a wonderful businessman, right?
Was.
Okay, he's no different than anybody here. He's just a little more gifted in a certain area.
He's a little ruthless. He's a little ruthless to
Steve
me.
Jobs,
Well,
well,
he's a little
he dealt with
He knows
pancreatic
security.
cancer just like
That's
everybody
it.
else.
But you know,
I know he passed
we
away,
have
but
so
he seemed a little
many
ruthless in his business.
wonderful people in
And
this
maybe
country.
somebody was-
I think
We
that's
have-
what I think that's even what Jobs is showing even through his
That's right.
applications.
That's the strength of our society. You know, capitalism is a good form of economics, but unregulated capitalism gets out of control. Okay, democracy is the best form of government that humankind has ever developed.
So have you signed
But it
up-
also has problems. Okay, and we need to tweak it
everything.
and get it back into control.
Have you signed up with Howard Schultz's plan to no more campaign contributions until some business leaders can come?
I
to-
think Schultz was brilliant in
He's
that
awesome.
recommendation. That
He's
was
awesome.
a
And
brilliant
so
recommendation.
we need business leaders. He's only got like 2 guys on his proposal right now.
As he said, did you sign up with him?
Do you know anything about the Arab banking system?
Wait, before you switch the subject.
Is there?
Did you-
I,
did
I
you
wonder
sign
if
up
there's
with
certain
them?
laws,
No.
certain
Okay.
laws
But I'm in
regarding the
favor.
Arab banking system that we can adopt in the Western world.
You know, I'm not familiar with the Arab banking
Because
system.
I know Sharia law sees usury as a sin. Usury is
the obelisk.
Come
what-
with us.
is the interest based
George,
system
right?
banking.
Can you march with us?
I'll learn about
Agree with
that.
certain
Just
elements
to
of that.
Pioneer
Absolutely,
Square.
you can learn a lot of things from other philosophies, other disciplines. Okay, we don't have all the answers. So you take the best of what we
Come
have.
march with us.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, you take
Come
the best
march
of what we have, the best of what others have, and put it together and come up with what's the best for everybody. That's what it's all about.
Thank you. What is your name? Roger. Roger. Thank you very much for coming out.